Okay, ladies and gentlemen, come this way. Please watch the tracks as you come through. Don't want anyone to hurt themselves. Come through and take a seat for me. Just sit anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Just have a look around. I'm just going to go get a torch so I can show you a few things. Okay. This is our independent mind. So, what you've just seen is a company mind. They've got records. They've told us pretty much what they found, where they were digging, things like that. In an independent mine, there are no records kept. Okay? So we don't know anything about this mine. This is a real independent mine. This entrance doesn't exist. This entrance doesn't exist. Okay? Sovereign Hill blasted through here while they were trying to put the tracks in. Okay? They actually came across this by accident. They didn't know this was here. Now, it goes back behind us 40 feet to a dead end. And it also goes back this way 40 feet to a dead end. And there is no entrance up the top, ladies and gentlemen. How did the miners get in here? Down there, sir? So you reckon they came in here, in and out of here?
I have to say.
Well, you are correct. But why are we going down when the surface is above our heads?
The same one, right?
Well, I know it's early in the morning and you probably haven't been there yet, but who has been to the candle store?
Yeah.
Did you go to the candle store this morning?
We went there yesterday.
Yesterday? Yep. Did you see a shaft next to the candle store? It looks like a bit like a wishing well.
Noticed it. No.
Go back up there today because everyone, look up. You are currently sitting 82 feet under the candle store. So yesterday when you went there, you could have been standing there, maybe there, or over there. You're actually sitting directly underneath the candle store. That shaft, ladies and gentlemen, is actually the entrance to this mine. Okay? It actually runs down the back of this wall here, 90 feet, comes across 2 meters. They found a bit of quartz and they followed it, about the width of 3 fingers. They came through and they came up. Now, we had people come in here and tell us a little bit about the history behind this mine. We know that they were from Cornwall because it's a Cornish way of working. A lot of miners don't come up, okay? The reason these guys have come up is because it's easier for them, the way that they cut out. So this is called a stope and pillar mine, okay? Stope, which is what you're sat in at the moment, is a cut out section. So as they're cutting it out, the rocks are falling, they push it down, they get a bucket, because if you look down the well, you'll see a bucket, and they hoist it up. So they're not doing hard labouring work and going up, turn, up, turn, up, turn. They're literally going down, so pushing the rocks down the shaft here, into a section, and then hoisting it up. Okay, so it's a Cornish way of working. At the back of the mine is the pillar. Now, it's probably the length of this room, the width of the tracks, from floor to top, and it's a big piece of quartz holding up the back of that mine. What's in quartz, ladies and gentlemen?
Gold.
There is $3,000 worth of gold there right this second. Who wants to go get it?
No.
No.
No. What happens if you went and got it?
It all comes in.
It will collapse. The miners were very smart. They valued their life more than gold, so they actually left that gold behind. Okay? Now, if that's holding up the mine, what are these doing?
I'm gonna say,
So we've put Shop Creek in to bring you, so it's safe for you guys to come in here, and we've also put in the rock bolts. Do you think they're holding up the ceiling?
I hope something is.
Well, I can assure you, if these were holding up the roof, I wouldn't be here right now. They're very important, and they're called talking timbers. Anyone?
They start creaking.
That's
You're
right.
You're right.
So they're telling the miners what this rock's doing. So if the rock starts to move, these start to creak. And they're going to tell you that they're called talking toms or talking timbers. So if they start talking, you start
Walking.
That's right. But if I was a miner, I'd be running out. You don't know how long you've got. You've only got a matter of minutes, okay? So if you're all the way down that end and you hear these go, you may or may not have time to run back, okay? That's the part of being an independent miner, is you're not going to have knowledge of how long you've got. So in a company, you've got money, you've got an income. You don't get to live over the age of 30, which is a bit of a downer. But being an independent miner, you don't get a wage. Your wage is your gold that you find. So if you don't find gold, your family's going to starve, they're going to die. Do you think these miners found gold? Now remember, this was full of quartz, okay, because when they came up it wasn't hollow, they've actually dug all this out. It runs on a 45-degree angle and this runs north to south. So it was full of quartz, which has gold in it. Do you think that they found gold?
I
Hopefully.
imagine so. They wouldn't
Would
keep
you go
going.
to work, sir? Well, they were down here for about 3 to 5 years. Would you go to work and not get paid for 3 to 5 years?
No.
That's right. We don't think the miners would come down here for 3 to 5 years and not find gold. So we can only assume that they found something.
They always say the next shovel or next pixel.
That's right. So we can only assume they found something, and hopefully it was good for them to survive off. We say that it was maybe some brothers that worked down here, or a father and son team that were down here working, but we don't know. Pretty much the only people down here at the moment.
I'm recording that and trying. I couldn't turn it off.
It's alright, head on in, all the way in, ladies and gentlemen, all the way in.
What is?
Oh, some gold. Well.
So, I heard some people say it. What is it, ladies and gentlemen?
It's meant to be gold.
Meant to, or is it?
Could be full of gold too.
Meant to be gold, I think.
Meant to be, so you're saying that it's not real?
Probably not, because it'd be worth too much.
What about you, sir? Do you reckon it's real?
Looks real.
Looks real?
Looks real.
That's because it is real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, was it put here or was it found here? So was it put here by Sovereign Hill or was it found here by Sovereign Hill? It is real.
Found here then.
Found? What about you, sir?
Put here by Sovereign Hill.
Have you done this tour before?
No.
It was put here by Sovereign Hill, so
You
it's
look
actually
too artificial.
gold. It's gold leaf. So miners wouldn't actually find this much gold at one time, because if you go gold panning, you're only going to find spicks and little flakes. You're only going to find little things. So when miners were mining in quartz, they're only going to find little tiny pieces. They're not going to find this much. I tell you what, if they hit this much, then they've hit the jackpot. So that's right. They've hit the mother lode. That's right. So we've put this here because a lot of people go gold panning and they don't find gold. So we've shown you what they're actually looking for when they're actually down underground. Okay, but not anyone can find gold. I couldn't find gold, and I probably would say you wouldn't be able to find gold there. The reason for that is
If it's not that big.
yeah, that's right. The black stuff that's actually running down the rock is carbonaceous slate. They're called indicators. They actually show a miner where gold is. So you find that it runs straight into quartz because it runs on a 45-degree angle and it runs north to south. It runs into quartz, and quartz is what's got gold in it. When we move further on, we're actually going to go into an independent mine that was actually full of quartz, and the way that they found that was from an indicator. And that's how we know that they found gold. It's because of the way that it's on a 45-degree angle. You'll see, yeah, that's right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, head this way. I'm not going to stop the next lot of displays, but I'm just going to... Once again, it's put there.
Looks too easy, doesn't it?
It does, it does. Well, people I say, okay, with school kids, we bring them to this one and they're all... Yeah. If Sovereign Hill wanted to, you could find gold in here.
Yeah.
There's no point. There's just no point. So that's called a hammer and tap, ladies and gentlemen. So that's how they would make holes for blasting, okay, before 1880s. Now, it would take about 7 days just to do one hole, okay? So normally you have a miner turning this and a lovely trusty colleague hammering the end of this. And it would hammer into a hole. Now, it would take about 7 days for one hole to be made. Companies were going, oh, it's taking too long. So they brought in something else, which we will head on to. Getting restless? I was taking too long to get through. They brought one of these in, okay? So this is a drill, right? But we call it a widowmaker. Now, it only takes 2 days to make one hole. So the company was getting through the rock much quicker, okay? Now, it runs off steam and it is quite loud. So a lot of men went deaf. But remember, a lot of men, when they came to this in the 1880s, didn't even have their fingers because they would have lost them back on the hammer and tap. Okay? It's 2 hands on here at all times, so they can't put their fingers in their ears or have earmuffs like we have today. Now, also, why it's called a widowmaker is because when the drill drills into the rock, causes a very, very fine dust. Gets into your lungs, causes health issues, and a lot of men didn't live over the age of 30 in a company mine. So, sir, you're very lucky because you're over the age of 30. You've made it. Well done. So they brought this in, you know, to help them get through and find gold a lot quicker.